Alrighty. I can start whenever everyone's ready.
Okay, let me just pull up on the screen, and you can go ahead. Thank you, Teresa. Present yourself and please present about your project.
Yes. So hi everyone. My name is Theresa, and I'm the founder of Remotely Good, an AI-powered job board for remote social impact work. So making a difference in the world takes work, and location should not be a barrier to the people doing the work. In just the U.S. alone, there are 7 million job seekers who attempt to break into social impact work, with remote work still popular post-pandemic. However, existing job sites fail to serve job seekers and organizations that do good. These sites, like LinkedIn and Indeed, drown out or price out these organizations, leaving job seekers lost in a sea of roles and struggling to navigate a social impact career. I'm approaching this work with 10 years of nonprofit and political experience after studying government at Cornell University and being a remote job seeker myself. After years of solutions that fell short, I started Remotely Good as a Substack newsletter that quickly grew to thousands of subscribers. This year, I recruited my CTO, Sofia Mendez, and launched the job site. So Remotely Good is a one-stop end-to-end platform for remote social impact work. We offer job seekers jobs across nonprofit, politics, and socially conscious businesses, along with AI application tools and more to help with the entire application process. For employers, we offer featured job listings, AI hiring tools that help with things like generating job listings and candidate matching, and remote first consulting. So on the job board, it's actually live right now. You can search for jobs by various filters like salary, location.
Let me bring the judge to the stage in the meantime while Teresa comes back. Manish, the Ram, the Huret. Improv time with Dini. What are the thoughts so far? Yeah, Teresa dropped it, unfortunately. Maybe some connection issues. It is the green room. So how's it going for all of you?
I think so far I've been kind of doing it for the couple of hours. The project has been great. I saw some really interesting ideas basically. So kind of, shout out to you to kind of, organize those. Really good.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you.
And I was very excited for Theresa because this is pure HR topic. And I was like, okay, I can ask a ton of questions. And
she was just getting started. I guess she's in a public space, so maybe.
I think she was using the Wi-Fi from the cafe, which got disconnected.
Probably. Or maybe like laptop went out of battery. This happens to me all of the time as well.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think
no worries.
My Wi-Fi just froze or cut
out. Okay, who guessed Wi-Fi? Okay, well, we're betting on that.
Exactly. So yeah, let me share my screen with my demo real quick.
Okay, no worries. Let me pull you up.
Ready? You guys ready?
Yes. Please, let's return when you stop, and I'm going to reset the timer. Okay?
Okay, sure. All right, perfect. So yeah, we're not starting from the beginning. We're just going to go right into the demo. So. So you can see that there's jobs you can search right now. You can save jobs to your dashboard for you to come back to and apply to later. And then here's a preview of the cover letter generator where you just put in the job description for the job you're applying to and paste your resume. And then it literally creates an accurate cover letter that you can just go ahead and send out. Okay, so let me just talk quickly about my competitors. They exist in 3 categories. There's the big platforms like LinkedIn and Indeed. There's the remote-only job boards that exist, like Remote and FlexJobs and Remotive. And then there's a category of impact job boards, like Idealist.org and GainPower.org, Arena.run. Depending on the sector, I have a lot of indirect competitors. But none of these competitors offer AI tools for job seekers and employers, except for LinkedIn, that offers basically generic assistance that isn't targeted to the impact sector. And we're also the only impact job board that features jobs across industries. One main complaint that a lot of job seekers claim is that, all the impact job boards are very niche. I will focus solely on nonprofits, solely on politics. If you're looking to work in a startup, it's solely startup work, but it doesn't integrate across industries. So mine features jobs across industries and nonprofits, politics, and mission-driven businesses. So the market for online recruiting and coaching is large, at about $40 billion a year globally. We plan to capture enough of that market to secure somewhere around a 10 to 20 million ARR in the next several years, with enough assistance with the right strategic advisors and early investors. We plan to do this through a B2B and B2C model, charging for premium daily access to jobs, AI tools for job seekers and employers, featured job listings, remote first consulting, and career coaching. And yeah, like I said, we plan to expand our operations over the next few years by revamping the job board and our AI career tools. We already have around 2,000 monthly active users and around 140 lifetime premium users. Month we are onboarding 15 employers onto our job board to feature their job listings, and we already had a thriving community of 3,000 subscribers and followers on Substack alone, not even to mention our social media following. So, we're looking for collaborators, looking for investors. We're starting our pre-seed round at a minimum of around $500,000, but we're thinking we want to go as high as $1 million for enough runway over the next few years. So if you want to work with us and support a future of work that is remote first, mission driven, and accessible to all, I'd love to talk after this. So yeah, let's make it easier for millions of people to do good from anywhere. Thank you so much. You can find us at remotelygood.us, and you can follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. We're excited for your presentation, they were saying.
Oh, that's glad. I'm glad. Thank you.
Everyone on stage. Okay. Thank you. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. We can try this the other way around this time. Theresa, this is great. This is really amazing. I personally have been on the lookout to find the relevant position. Always on my employer website, but I couldn't really find it on the public domain. My question is, what are the steps that you have taken to prevent misinformation on the site, as well as make sure that the current postings are relevant in real time?
So I do my best to scrape live active jobs by checking that the links are still live. Though right now, this is an MVP that we launched this summer. So there's, it's frequently updated on every throughout this month. Like we've been frequently adding new jobs, so that we're at around 1,000. But the shelf life of jobs is relatively short. So there are some job listings that are there, and you can see the date very clearly when they're added. Those are not live, but we still currently have hundreds of jobs that people can apply to on the site.
Yeah. Thank you.
I can go through. Oh.
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you guys. First of all, really good name. I really like it.
Thank you.
A really amazing mission. I have a small feedback in your slides when you were comparing your competitors with what they have. You said that Indeed or LinkedIn, they don't have remote option available to filter from, right?
They do. You can filter for remote jobs right now on LinkedIn and Indeed. The frustration that you'll run into on LinkedIn and Indeed is that, frankly, a lot of nonprofits and political campaigns and agencies hesitate to post on Indeed. They use LinkedIn more, but there's still some hesitation, specifically with Indeed, because it's very costly. The minimum price per job listing is $150 a month, and there's even they try to upsell you on being higher in the algorithm so that you're seen by more people. So you don't get a really good bang for your buck on the investment of posting there. A lot of job seekers, they don't really read job listings very well, so they spray and pray their resume everywhere. So then the organizations are not really seeing very good talent matching to fill these critical roles. So using Indeed and LinkedIn for the job seeker, it's just frustrating. They feel like they're sifting through a mountain of roles just to not find top nonprofits and top campaigns consistently posting on there. Only to turn to a niche impact job board like Idealist and seeing all these top names posting there, but not on Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I can totally relate to that part. My question was more on the slide that you shared with your competitor analysis. You said there was a cross across when you filter through remote jobs for Indeed and LinkedIn as well, which is
Yeah, let me see.
Maybe okay, it was in a hurry. Maybe I missed something, but I think I saw that there was a cross across there. So you might
Oh, I
that.
see. No, I see the category you're talking about. It's just about whether they focus exclusively on remote and hybrid jobs only, as opposed to whether they feature them. They definitely feature them. It's more about whether, like, for someone who is in, like, when you're looking for remote and hybrid work, you're kind of maybe very urgently looking for flexibility. Maybe you have some life circumstance, like you're a caregiver, or maybe you have health issues and you just need that flexibility. So you can filter by those roles. But then, in my experience, and then I've heard this from other job seekers now that I've done customer interviews, sometimes job listings are mislabeled. And so this happens frequently with Indeed, where you think you're clicking on a remote job and it's really either hybrid or just flat out not actually remote. So it's very strange. Sometimes that, like, a lot of, like, mislabeling and bad UI leads to a harder experience looking for remote work than it needs to be.
Yeah, I totally get it, and totally get it, and thank you for the clarification. I just feedback is just, can you please change the language over there, because if you read it without all this context, it feels like you can't search for remote jobs over on those portals.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
I can go next. Hey, Theresa. I work for HR, so I'm really close to this one, and I've got a lot of passion in the recruitment systems. The question, I've got a couple of questions. One is, you definitely need the B2B and B2C working for your tool to work, right? So in terms of attracting more employers and in terms of attracting more candidates,
Yes.
what's your strategy? How are you looking at publicizing remote engagement?
Yes, exactly. So I've been able to run maybe shockingly lean over the time I've been building the website and this newsletter. I just happen to be very active in a lot of nonprofit job seeking communities and activist communities. Around the 2020, I joined a lot of communities going into the 2020 election, where people who are politically and civically engaged, chat. A lot of Slack groups, a lot of Facebook and LinkedIn groups as well. So I knew how to find, on the B2C side, lots of job seekers and people looking for mission-driven work. And in the process of doing that, I recruited a lot of employers as well. But that's really the side that I'm fleshing out now in terms of doing my outbound outreach to go to market on the B2B side. I'm utilizing important tools, like I'm using Apollo to source, talent acquisition managers, hiring managers to contact and show and demo remotely good to. But that's really where this pre-seed round is so critical, because I know that I've been able to get as far as I have and get the traction I have through word of mouth. With a marketing budget, with an advertising budget, the growth would be pretty exponential. I ran one test ad with Google search ads, and $100 in Google search ads got me 300 to 400 subscribers in one day.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what a higher budget would do.
That's really nice. And I would also suggest, if you get a chance to market these more in the college fairs, because that's where this whole thing starts, right? That's one.
I've participated in a couple. I've done a few. I'm originally from Massachusetts, so I've done career fairs at my local universities like UMass Amherst.
Sweet. Okay. And that's nice. The second question that I've got is, so are you looking at tying up with these ERP platforms like Workday or Oracle and Team, whatever, to sort of integrate remotely good with those platforms, so that you can attract a lot more employees and it works pretty seamlessly?
Yeah, that's the goal, and that's really where additional funding to help revamp the job board and the technical back-end tools that I'm using right now will come in handy. I was already planning, especially with our new auto apply feature, to just auto send your resume and your cover letter to employers. We have to do those HR tools like Workday, like Ashby, like Greenhouse, Bamboo HR. We've been doing the research to get that ready. With the resources we have some prototypes that we're able to get going. I would just be excited to see how much stronger a product we can get with more funding.
Very impressive. Last question, I promise. It's more like a feedback. And I saw somewhere that you've written, and it's mentioned somewhere that you're using the AI to match candidates to the jobs, right?
Yeah.
So are you creating a skills repository somewhere to sort of look at all the skills that is necessary for the market and sort of comparing the two?
We are working on trying to do our own proprietary model for candidate matching. So far, the integration we currently have is this tool that we're utilizing called 64. It's a tool that helps you to immediately research and get details about job candidates that employers can tap into. And then we utilize AI. Right now, we're using OpenAI and GPT-5 to basically do sort of like a percentage match between candidates and job listings.
Wow. So you're mentioning you achieved all of this through vibe coding, right?
Yeah, I moved to San Francisco a year ago. When I moved here, I'd never heard of vibe coding. I'm non-technical. Like I said, I studied government at Cornell, but I'm very heavily involved in like the startup and tech community in SF. I attend a lot of hackathons. I've placed in 10 hackathons this past year. And the entire goal was less to win and more to learn about different tools. I always get excited to hear different sponsor tools and to see the demos of the sponsor tools and take advantage of free trials and free credits to see what I can expand on the website.
That's awesome. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
I can go real quick. First up, again, +1 on the name. I think it's really cool. Good wordplay there. And I'm also very passionate of this particular social good area as well. Personally, I've also been part of during the pandemic, I volunteered a bunch. And you're right, a lot of these sort of job postings gets priced out. People have a filter and they don't want to look below.
Yeah.
But something you mentioned while answering one of the other judges, I want to double click on. So you mentioned in some of these bigger sites like Indeed, LinkedIn, what have you, the job poster has to sift through millions of job applicants just because people are just praying and spraying and praying. Given now, since you're a judge, you're here to win the fund. Let's say you win the fund, you get to that point. What are some of the thoughts that you have around mitigating some of these problems that job posters have, whereas people are just applying to everything, or in the other side as well for candidates, where they can kind of find things a little easier that align with their skills.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like some of the tools that we offer kind of help to mitigate that somewhat. I mean, the 64 integration of giving the employers a chance to immediately filter to the best candidates, the highest match candidates is definitely going to be helpful for the employers. But on the job seeker side, I mean, even just the idea that yes, you can spray and pray still on my site as well. But if you are a civically engaged and mission-driven job seeker, then I give you tools to filter to causes that you care about, and it's a component for me as someone who I'm kind of in my ICP. I'm very much like that civically engaged job seeker who would see that cause category and just want to click and browse through. If someone stumbles onto my site who's not particularly passionate about social justice work, then that's okay. I feel like the tools that we offer at least mitigate it to allow for both sides to have a little bit more of a targeted job search and hiring process.
Got it. All right. Well, this was great. So all the best to you.
Thank you.
Amazing. So Theresa, I've approved your project in the fund. You are officially in the competition. Now you need to ramp up those votes, okay? You have 0 votes yet. Ask your friends, ask the judges to go there and vote for you. The top 5 most voted projects will be eligible for the grant, for the match funding grants on the season 6 when it starts, okay?
Yay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is great. Thank you so much for offering this opportunity.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say real, Theresa, I'm local to SF if you ever want to meet.
Fantastic, yes. If I drop my LinkedIn in the chat, would you be able to see that?
Let me see.
Maybe.
In the private chat or the public chat? Yeah, you can drop in the private chat here. Theresa.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying to connect. We'll get coffee sometime.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, whomever is going to be in SF during Tech Week, Venture Miner should be there doing some vibe coding events. So be sure to check out all of you there. I'm currently in New York. I know that most of the judges are in California as well, Seattle. Let's do something around Tech Week, okay?
That's so cool.
Thank you, Theresa.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthias. Looking forward to the next one.
Thank you.
Come here, pitch your project. We still have a few slots for today, okay? So if you're watching this Vibe Pitch Day of luma.com/Vibe Pitch 2, there are a few slots that you can grab here And you just need to fill up this project pitch application. Even if you don't have your project in Artizen, okay, you can submit it very quickly, in 5 minutes or so. You can submit, and then you can come here, present. Venture Miner Funds for Vibe Coder. It's a grant fund where we give all of these projects match funding opportunities. If they are created, if they are voted well enough, and you are in the top, they can get approved for receiving match funding. In this season 5, we have 5 amazing projects that were created, and they are raising and getting revenue or like more than $30,000, $20,000, $5,000, $7,000 plus matching plus prizes. This is a great platform to fund vibe coders like you. And people, let me do a very important highlight here. These projects are non-technical, okay? These projects came from common people, common creators like you that are not super software engineers. Maybe they have 1 or 2 devs, but most of these projects, they use AI, generative AI for coding that we're calling vibe coding, and they can go to market. They can start making sales. They can even raise capital. Okay, so this is possible. This fund is closed for outsiders, so only community members can come. So for you to join the community, you need to attend to one of our free bootcamps, workshops, meetups. So you need to come here, pitch your project, submitting the form. We have this form for project application. So if you want to come, apply your project and pitch, this is your opportunity.